everything that you want to do, whether you want to sell soaps or whether you want to, sell contraceptive products, the end of the day, you'll have to weigh your choices and say, okay, where am I creating the greater good and what is the greater good? And all of it really requires funds. I actually grew up in Delhi and was always very, very involved with women's rights and was an activist, and my heart was really, in building movements, creating movements, etc. But then life takes over, and willy-nilly, I, had a job, which at that time, when I joined the social impact space, there were NGOs working in it, but it wasn't like an aspirational career. So willy-nilly I joined the corporate sector, and then very soon realized I'd made the biggest mistake of my life. So I joined right back and did a lot of work in social development. And really, it's not just about my heart being there, but it's also about really questioning how can I use my skills to really make a change. Not just a change in the lives of people, but also in systems. Someone once told me that if you want to see a better world, you need to create that better world yourself. I have had to do a lot of fundraising. I'll just say that because it's really part and parcel of the work. But it's not that different if you are in a slightly senior position. Even in the corporate sector, you need to bring in business. So if you really pull an analogy, and you have to do business development in the corporate sector, you have to do similar business development in the nonprofit sector. So that way, as you move up the ladder, it's just something that you need to do, right? Because it's part of your job description, it's expectation, etc. Particularly with fundraising, I think the skills that one requires in order to raise money needs to come from deep knowledge. Obviously some networking and connections, which are essential. But more than that, really having a passion to say that you do want to make that change, you do want to see that change, right? And without having the funds, it's really difficult to do it. And it's like one has to be really shameless. I think that's the predominant skill one needs, which I'm not very good at being, but I've learned along the way. But yeah. It's part and parcel of everybody's job in an organization. It's, but more than ever, I think the sector really needs people who consider this as a career choice. And I think if you want to be in the social sector and want to do good, you can't do it without funds. And if you can't do it without funds, then hey, you need to go out there and get the money.